Hey guys, I hope you're having a wonderful Sunday and enjoyed either the live stream or being in church in person. Either way, it was great to see all of you. So today we have another fun video for our video lesson, and today is Remember and Celebrate. And yet again, we can't do it in person, but I promise you when we next have Remember and Celebrate in the classroom, we're going to have tons of fun and we'll get back to our regular way of doing the games and food. But until then, we have this fun video where we're talking about these different questions, so it's going to be a bit of review, but it's also going to be some fun. But also today is the festival of the Day of Atonement. And that's what we're remembering today, is it's the Day of Atonement. Now, I've probably talked about this a couple different times before. The Day of Atonement was the very special day in the Jewish calendar year where the high priest was able to go into the Holy of Holies in the tabernacle or in the temple. Remember how the tabernacle and the temple were set up? You had the common area, you had the holy place where the priests mainly were, and then you had the Holy of Holies where the Ark of the Covenant was placed. And that's where nobody was allowed to enter because that's where God's presence was. But on one day a year, the Day of Atonement, otherwise known as Yom Kippur, the high priest would be able to go in there and sacrifice a burnt offering and an incense offering in order to cover the sins of the entire community. And it was very special because if he messed something up, he might die. That was a big thing. He had to be sure that he was clean and ready. So before he would go into the Holy of Holies, he would take off his other garments, his priestly garments. He would wash himself, put on his special garments, the ones that were used for this special occasion, put those on, and he would have the burnt offering, the blood of the burnt offering with him. And he'd go into the Holy of Holies and he'd sprinkle blood on the altar. And that was to atone or to forgive all the sins of the Jewish community for that entire year. And this only happened once a year. But the problem is, it doesn't atone for their sins for that one time and we're done. Like I said, it happened every year. Now, what this pictures is that Jesus, when he came to earth, he gave himself as the perfect sacrifice. He shed his blood as the perfect sacrifice to forgive our sins forever. Not just for a year, forever. So that no matter what we've done in the past, present, or future has been atoned or forgiven by Jesus' blood, so that we no longer have to come into the Holy of Holies with a sacrifice in order to be forgiven. And then the very cool thing about that is that when Jesus died on the cross, the very instant that he died, there was a curtain between the holy place and the Holy of Holies. There was a curtain there, so you couldn't go through. It was torn from top to bottom. That means that people now have access to God through Jesus Christ. And that's the really cool picture of the full gospel in this moment. But just remember, Day of Atonement. Remember and be thankful for what Jesus did for you guys. And I hope you enjoyed the video. We had so much fun with it, and I hope you enjoy it.
Hello and welcome to Generic Christian Game Show. I'm your host, Robicus Dobicus. And today we have 4 contestants who are vying for the prize pool of $0.1. Introducing Sally Mae.
Hi, y'all.
And our next contestant, the Duchess of Pemberley.
Hello.
Our next contestant, Daquan Sanchez. And last, but definitely not least, Captain Chonker. Hey. Hi, and welcome to Generic Christian Game Show. I'm your host, Robicus Dobicus. And here are our 4 contestants that you met earlier today. So, to start us off, we're going to hit them with a fastball. The first question 1, true or false? When Jesus rode into Jerusalem, the people waved palm leaves and shouted, "We love you, Jesus."
Oh, am I supposed to do something?
Yes.
I just wanted to hit the button.
No, darling, it's supposed to, darling, this whole competition is so that if you want to answer the question, you hit the button.
Oh,
if
I
you
guess
don't
that
have an
makes
answer,
sense.
yeah, if you don't have the answer, then you don't hit the button. I know it's pretty, but don't hit it unless you have the answer.
Oh,
Otherwise, we
thank you.
lose points.
Oh,
Yes.
my bad.
There was a tornado, and so it's false.
There was a tornado.
A tornado in the Bible?
Yes.
I've never heard of such a thing.
The answer was false. Points go to Captain Chonker and Daquan. Next question.
Turn off your light, please.
And for the second question, it's a fill-in-the-blank question from a verse. So, here's the verse. God so loved the world that he gave his only Son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish, but have everlasting blank.
I believe the word is life?
Correct!
Bravo!
Points go to the Duchess and Sally Mae.
You got this.
Next question. Through the big God story, who did God send to come live with us, die for us, and to rise again?
Oh! I think I know this one.
Oh.
I should know this one. Jesus. He sent Jesus.
Correct!
All right.
Another point for Sally Mae and the Duchess. Next question. Who is the main character in the big God story? Is it A, David, B, Esther, C, God, or D, Noah?
Hang you loose, y'all. Answer's God. Because he's from the beginning all the way to the end.
That is correct! Points go to Daquan and Captain Chonker.
I was going to see the Queen of England. You know, she is my idol.
Right.
Next question. True or false, compassion is something that you simply feel bad about and not act upon.
SpongeBob.
Correct! No,
What?
that was incorrect.
What?
The points can be awarded to the next team. Alright, Sally Mae.
I'm so sorry. Begging your pardon, but what was the question?
True or false, compassion is simply feeling bad about something without acting upon it.
False? False? Final answer. False.
What do you think out there, folks? Correct! False! Feeling compassion causes actions within service. Alright, next question. Why did Jesus feed the 5,000? This is a multiple choice. So, A, he felt compassion. B, he wanted to care for the people's spiritual needs and physical needs. C, he wanted to show God's power. Or D, all of the above. Daquan.
It's Daquan here, and I believe it's answer E. Days was hungry.
That wasn't one of the possible answers. No. He saw a bunch of people, and he knew that there weren't any McDonald's around, so he had to feed them.
That's what I said.
First off, there was no choice E, and second off, there was no McDonald's. So nobody gets the points.
No
The answer was D, all the above.
Right.
Good attempts. Next question. Here's a multiple choice. Why did Peter start to sink when he walked on water towards Jesus? A, he'd eaten too many rocks for lunch that day. B, he started to doubt. C, he was scared. Or D, a whale began to nibble on his toes.
B. Because starts with B.
Correct! He started to doubt.
What kind of logic
Good
is
job,
that?
Chonker. You did it.
Yes, Sarge.
What kind of logic is that?
The one that won us the war.
Oh dear.
And how they ever did, we'll never know.
And that's why I say God save the Queen.
Well, we are not in Nam, but we're moving on to the next question. Jesus made mud with blank and blank and rubbed the mud on the blind man's eyes that gave him sight. What were those two items?
Well, I live around a lot of mud, so I should know this one. I'm quite certain that there was dirt and water involved.
Incorrect. Close.
Partially correct. Partially.
All right, the points go to the other team. What do you say?
Alright, Sarge and I have been mentally discussing this, and we'd be pretty sure our answer is saliva mixed with the dirt.
Ew.
Correct! The boys have won this next point.
I think they can have that point.
Yes, I agree.
Wow.
I agree. Why did he use his own spit?
I do not know.
To keep tabs, here's the scoreboard. Next question. True or false? When Jesus saw Mary and her friends crying, he felt no emotion at all. Sally Mae.
I have got this one. Jesus definitely cried with them.
True or false?
False. False.
Correct!
Yeah, that was a close one.
I might need to get my smelling salts out. Oh, dear.
Next question. Number 10. The final question. Lazarus had been dead for how many days before Jesus raised him? Alright, Daquan.
Daquan, on his own, thinks 3 days because Jesus was out for 3 days.
Incorrect.
No. He was in the grave for 4 days because of Jewish tradition. Jewish tradition said that if a body is in the grave for 4 days, that means they are actually dead. Because otherwise, the spirit is just hovering above the body. So, after 4 days, they knew that the body was dead.
Correct. Alright.
I knew my father could teach me some things about history.
What a good game show, everybody. Thank you for playing. The score's up on the board, and it looks like somebody won. And I don't know who it was. So we'll find out in a minute, because I didn't keep tabs with y'all. And the winners are, drum roll please, Sally Mae and the Duchess.
We did it! I didn't think we would, but we did it!
We did!
I'm so proud of you.
Oh,
You have just been the most wonderful partner that anybody could ever have.
I'm so proud of you too. The Queen would be so proud of us.
Oh yes, God save the Queen and all
God
that.
save the Queen.
And that's a wrap, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in to Generic Christian Game Show. I've been your host, Robicus Dobicus, and I'll catch you in the next one.